Nice sized crowd here this morning. Must be the weather. Good to see all of you. We want to begin today with actually the reason why many of you are here, which is a special presentation by the U.S. Conference of Mayors and their team from the Wells Fargo Bank. And Gene Lowe is here from the U.S. Conference of Mayors. Gene, come up, please. And you have a special award to make, and this is your first time to Lima.
This is my first time, Mayor.
But we've known each other a good long time.
A long time.
And we don't look as old as, or we aren't as old as we look.
Yeah, that's right. The mayor was on the CD and Housing Committee at the Conference of Mayors. I had just started there, I think. And he was, I give out all this information. I'm just going to take a brief moment to say this. And I don't expect the mayors to actually read it. But Mayor Berger happens to read the information and then proceeded to ask me a question about it. So he's on top of a lot of things here. He's now no longer on the CD and Housing Committee. That's Community Development and Housing. But he is a water expert at the Conference of Mayors. He is, everyone goes to him to learn about EPA and water regulations and that kind of thing. So he is a valuable resource. Now, we're here this morning, though, Mayor, to participate in this press conference announcing the Outstanding Achievement Award of the U.S. Conference of Mayors and Wells Fargo 2015 Community Wins Award to you, Mayor Berger, on behalf of the Lima Allen County Neighborhoods in Partnership. Lima is one of 6 cities receiving the 2015 Community Wins Award. In April of this year, mayors came together, former mayors, at the Conference of Mayors, and to select the 6 from a pool of 162 applicants. The judges based their decisions on nonprofit organizations and mayors demonstrating exemplary leadership in developing local programs that promote long-term economic prosperity and that improve the quality of life for residents in 3 categories: neighborhood stabilization, economic development, and job creation. Lima won the Outstanding Achievement Award for the Lima Allen County Neighborhoods in Partnership plan to expand and improve their community pride cleanup programs, to add to the existing community gardens program, and to assist the city with maintenance of vacant properties. We congratulate Lima in receiving this award. I would now like to present Sean Malik of Wells Fargo, who will make the award presentation. John.
Good morning, everyone. And on this Veterans Day, I'd first like to thank all of you who have served our nation. On behalf of Wells Fargo, in collaboration with the U.S. Conference of Mayors, we would like to recognize the leadership of Mayor Berger and the inspirational work of the Lima Allen County Neighborhoods in Partnership. Community Wins, funded by the Wells Fargo Foundation, aims to accelerate neighborhood revitalization, economic development, and job creation in municipalities across the country. We all want the same thing: strong, sustainable neighborhoods, robust housing markets, and opportunities for entrepreneurs to help create jobs for our residents. None of us can solve these issues alone, but we can and do make a difference when the public and private sector work together. Over the last 4 years, Wells Fargo has worked with the USCM and many nonprofits to help keep people in their homes and revitalize communities. We provided down payment assistance and homebuyer education to many communities through our Leading the Way Home, LIFT programs, and the Wells Fargo Housing Foundation. We're also working with nonprofits and government agencies to provide under-resourced communities with financial education, along with access to the tools and resources to achieve financial success. We will continue to support your efforts to make our cities healthier and more sustainable. We understand this grant is just a small step towards the needs in the community, but we hope that it will add up to make a huge difference to further the work of the LACNIP Community Pride Program. With that said, as this year's Community Wins Program honorees, Wells Fargo is delighted to recognize the leadership of Mayor Berger and present this donation in the amount of $50,000 to the Lima Allen County Neighborhoods in Partnership. We look forward to continuing to work with you in the community. Thank you. Thank you.
Mildred, why don't you come up before you present? This is Mildred Stewart. She's the president of Lima.
Pleased to meet you. Thank you.
So you want to make it?
I would just like to say on behalf of Lima Allen County Neighborhoods Partnership, I would just like to say thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Let's get in front of the podium.
Yeah, okay.
Some shots. Well, let me just say that we're really delighted. We were thrilled to get the notice earlier in the year, and the opportunity to be recognized by Wells Fargo is really a wonderful surprise. And then the resources going to support the LACNIP Resource Center is just a huge shot in the arm. I mean, LACNIP took over a fire station that the city had moved out of. They've now made it a resource center for all of our neighborhoods, and this funding just is a terrific opportunity for them to accomplish some things that have been a part of their strategic plan for a number of years, and we very much appreciate the generosity of Wells Fargo and the Conference of Mayors for teaming up and making this sort of thing happen for communities all across the country. So thank you very, very much. We're also going to have the opportunity this evening. This was all timed as a part of LACNIP's annual dinner, which will take place this evening at the Civic Center, which of course brings all of our neighborhood associations together for an annual potluck and feast and celebration and awards. And we thought that having Wells Fargo here with the Conference of Mayors, it was really a great time to showcase that. So good to have all of you here, and we look forward to breaking bread with you this evening. Thank you. We also today have some other awards to present from our Community Development Department. We have our quarterly Lima Home Pride Awards, and want to ask the staff from the Community Development Department to come up, and Krista and I think it was Angie.
Angie's
Not here, okay.
I'm in charge.
All right, very good. All yours.
Good morning. 3 Lima property owners were recognized today for maintaining their properties as models of exemplary maintenance. The fourth quarter 2015 Lima Pride Home Awards are presented by Lima Property Maintenance Code Inspectors to recognize the positive impact of well-maintained properties within the community. Selected properties must meet Lima property maintenance standards, and the owner may have no current property maintenance citations on any properties that they own within the city. The selected property must exemplify pride in ownership and provide a model of good maintenance for the neighborhood. Selection is the prerogative of the property maintenance inspectors for that neighborhood sector, and they select 1 winner per quarter. Winners receive a yard sign to display, and they also receive a plaque with a picture of their property. The fourth quarter 2015 Lima Pride Home Award winner for the Southeast sector is Elizabeth Ann Tolbert at 600 Catalpa. All right, great. Thank you.
Thank you, dear.
You're welcome there, yeah.
No, you don't get away that easily. Come around this way. Yes. We'd like to hear a little bit about the property.
Only because I know you.
All right.
I don't know what to say. We acquired the property 25 years ago, and we've been working on it constantly, daily. It's a work in progress, has never been finished. We have a few more things to do, and I appreciate the award.
Very good. Thank you. Congratulations.
The property for the north section is 1158 Hazel Avenue. Owner Willie and Clarissa Alford.
It's kind of an obstacle course to run this morning. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your property?
We've been there 18 years, but
Yes.
almost married 20, so it's been 18 years. And I was brought up that you make your neighborhood what you want it to be. So we take pride in what we do at our home.
Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for your investment.
The property for the southwest section chosen by Angie Rex, which isn't here today, is 311 South Cole Street. Owners Robert and Karen Foley.
Thanks, Mayor. Appreciate the fact. Karen, I appreciate that we were recognized. We moved back into the city and purchased a home about 16 years ago, and it was built in 1911. So like this gentleman, it takes a lot of tender, loving care, and we still have some things to do inside as well, but we enjoy being part of the Lima community. And again, we're very appreciative of this and all the hard work that everybody, a lot of the homeowners do in the Lima area. It's a great place to live, so thanks again. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Just want to mention that photographs of the properties will show up on the city's website, so please share the web address with your family and friends who may not be here in town, but it's a great way to share that good news. Obviously, investments in property make a difference. Every time you either plant new flowers or put new paint on, it encourages others in your neighborhood to do the same. So we appreciate your investments. It demonstrates your care for your property, but it also is a huge huge encouragement to others to do the same. So thank you very much. Julie Bassitt is here with a special project that Westwood Tennis Club is going to be doing in our community. Julie?
Hi there. Thanks for inviting us to come. We are putting on our first annual open charity tennis tournament here at Westwood. We are partnering with the United States Tennis Association. As you can see, we are trying to raise money to purchase sports chairs for athletes. For many of you, you may not know that in order to play tennis or any sport, they can't just use a regular wheelchair. They need to use a sports wheelchair, and that's why we brought this. It's a lot different. They're very costly. They're about $2,500 each, and unfortunately, when a person is handicapped, or if you have somebody handicapped in your family, there's a lot of cost involved with that. And so we would like to bring this to our community. This is something that's never been done. And so we are hosting an event on November 22nd, which is a Sunday, from 12 to 6 out here at Westwood. And these sports chairs are to benefit the handicapped so that they can come, they can play tennis and be active. And it's just something that we thought that would be a wonderful thing. It's not anything that's easy for people to be able to go out and just do. So we'd like to do that. And we're Westwood's on Elm Street. And I've got Betty here with me. She's going to tell a little bit about what's going to be there that day. We'd like to encourage you all to come out, even if you don't play tennis. You can come out, you can sign up to play in the tournament if you'd like. We're going to have men's and women's as well, and Betty will tell you some other things that we got going on that day.
That day also, we will have different raffle items. One of the raffle items will be dinner for a week. Somebody donated acoustic guitar we're raffling off. We have different gift baskets that people have donated. They're also raffling off free private tennis lessons from the pros out there. And the proceeds from this will go towards purchasing the chair for Midwest Youth Education Foundation.
So, yeah, everything will be right here. So we just encourage you to come out November 22nd from 12 to 6 out at Westwood. Thank you so much.
Oh, we're very proud.
Yeah, thank you.
Lastly, I want to take advantage of the fact that Reverend Sandra Leichty is here. Sandra, why don't you come up? Sandra and I and 4 others returned last night at 10:30 from a week's trip to our sister city in Harima, Japan. So I'm not really sure where I am right now. Kind of.
Still in motion.
Yeah, we're still kind of packed into that plane. But we had a terrific opportunity to visit our long 17-year sister city outside of Kobe. And you have some remarks,
Few
Sandra?
souvenirs.
Okay.
Yes. It was a wonderful trip, and Mayor, thank you so much for making it possible and for letting me accompany the group. I am the co-chair of the Japan Committee for Lima Sister City Association, and every other year we send a group of high school students to Japan for a week homestay. And there is still time for high school students, 9th, 10th, 11th grade, among our high schools in Allen County to apply for next June's homestay opportunity. It's a great cross-cultural experience for our young people. They get to visit another culture, see how people live in Japan, and it opens up possibilities for them in the future. Some of our young people have decided then to go into international business or to study the language, and we have placed several of our graduates from Ohio State University local campus in teaching positions as English teachers in our sister city. And one of them is there now, and we were able to visit with him. Well, we were very fortunate to enjoy the beautiful scenery in Japan this year. It is the fall season, and the trees were full color. We went up into the mountains and had an evening there. We were served a 12-course dinner in a wonderful restaurant where the food was all beautifully created to look like fall leaves and flowers and colors on the plate. There was so much food, I think we were all stuffed by the end of the dinner. And of course, we were welcomed graciously, warmly by the mayor of Harima, Mayor Shimizu, and also Sylvia Clark, the president of Lima Sister City, accompanied the group, as well as Robert Baxter, president and CEO of St. Rita's Medical Center, and Jeffrey, you have to help me with the pronunciation, Sprague, our economic development leader, was along, and also, I don't want to miss anyone, our municipal court judge, Tammy Hirsch. And we visited a courthouse in Kobe, Japan. We visited a brand new hospital in our sister city. We were able to visit many of these kinds of places, which are an inspiration. We get a lot of ideas, creative ideas of things that we can implement in our own communities as we share one another's cultures. And lastly, we visited the city of Hiroshima. And this is the 70th anniversary of the atomic bomb that was dropped on the city of Hiroshima. We were able to hear the personal story of one of the hibakusha, a victim of the atomic bombing, share his story, and the appeal for peace in the world that city is well known for. And these are symbols. This bird is a symbol of peace that is used in Hiroshima to pray for peace in the world and an end to conflict. It was a very moving experience, and we're thankful that we could make this wonderful trip. I encourage anyone who has the possibility of going to Japan to do so. Thank you, Mayor.
The trip was truly a terrific opportunity. I had asked, the mayor Mayor Shimizu had asked us to come for the last several years, and we simply weren't able to get things organized. But this year, when I told her I would plan for it, I said, when do you want us to come over? And they asked us to come during their Onaka festival, and which is the first Saturday of November each year. And Onaka is the name of the original people who lived in that area 1,400 years ago. There was a community of natives that lived there, and they have a park, which is about 40 acres in size, that is an archaeological dig that has both a museum that the city owns as well as a museum that the state owns. And it highlights the culture of that original people. And we were there for that festival. And the highlight of that festival was the opportunity for me to eat a piece of octopus that on a stick, which is called, the short name for octopus is taco. So it's taco on a stick. And there's I'm sure going to be a couple of photographs circulating of that opportunity. Very tasty. But we had a great time. And there were formal speeches, formal ceremonies, and as Reverend Leichty mentioned, we had the opportunity to visit a number of locations in the community and meet community leaders and organizations. Just like we have a Lima Sister City Association, they have a Harima International Friendship Association. And so all of their volunteers assisted us in the visit. Very intense days of activities, but we really appreciated the hospitality that they demonstrated. So we've now renewed that friendship, and we'll have them here next June. We'll have our delegation of students that goes there in June, and their delegation comes here in August. So we look forward to that. I believe that's all that we have for today, so we will break down for individual interviews. And thanks to all the award winners.